Hello friends, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Thank you for your support. With its 355 HP turbo V6 and pricing that tops $70,000, Acura's popular three-row SUV wants to be part of the real luxury crossover conversation. The new Type S version of the Acura MDX appears to be a high-performance model in the same vein as the myriad luxury SUVs wearing Mercedes-AMG, BMW M, and Audi S and RS badges. But now that we've experienced this turbocharged, 355 HP version of Acura's three-row SUV for ourselves, we think the company's real play here is simpler than that. Acura wants to move the MDX away from the pseudo-luxury space where slightly upscale family crossovers such as the Infiniti QX60 and Cadillac XT6 reside and toward the upper echelons of the luxury SUV segment where more prestigious models such as the Audi Q7, BMW X5, and Genesis GV80 compete. The company is quick to point out that the MDX's traditional positioning has worked well so far, as it has sold over 1 million units over 4 generations. So, the current MDX's standard powertrain, a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, will continue to comprise the bulk of sales thanks to its attractive base price of $49,195. But the introduction of the Type S model allows Acura to play in the higher price realm where the fatter profit margins and more discerning customers are. The MDX Type S thus comes armed with a more powerful engine, a sophisticated suspension setup, lots of fancy optional features, and, naturally, a significantly higher starting price. For $67,895, you get the same turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 as the TLX Type S sports sedan, which makes 355 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. That's more grunt than the Q7 and the X5 40i. Both have 335 horsepower, but a bit behind the 375 HP GV80 3.5T. Acura's familiar torque vectoring Shish AWD system is standard. Acura also saw fit to add adaptive dampers and an air suspension that can raise and lower the MDX. In Sport and Sport Plus modes it drops down 0.6 inch. While selecting lift mode hikes the body a full 2.1 inches above its nominal height. The loaded MDX Type S with the Advance package is the first Acura, other than the NSX, to crest the $70,000 barrier, starting at $73,245. It's mechanically identical to the base Type S but comes with goodies such as massaging front seats, nicer upholstery, and a bump-in 25-speaker ELS audio system. This is the kind of stuff that Audi and BMW customers expect to find in a luxury SUV. Open-pore wood, quilted leather, and an available blue color scheme help cultivate a convincingly upscale cabin vibe. The only sore spot inside is Acura's touchpad-controlled infotainment system, which we still haven't warmed up to. On the other hand, enthusiasts like us might have expected a bit more of a performance focus from something with a Type S badge. The Turbo V6 is strong enough to move the MDX confidently but is neither as characterful nor as responsive as we'd like. It got to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds in our testing. That's about a second quicker than the standard model, which did the deed in 6.4 seconds, and on par with the Q7 and GV80. Oddly, the Type S was a bit more efficient in our 75 mph highway fuel economy test than the base model, achieving 23 mpg to the non-turbo's 22 mpg result despite significantly lower EPA ratings of 17 mpg city and 21 mpg highway. The MDX has long been one of the nimblest three-row SUVs on the market, and the Type S's adaptive dampers further tighten body control, especially in sport mode. On the skid pad, you can feel the rear end working harder in Sport Plus mode, but the all-season tires limit grip to a so-so 0.87 grams, and the steering feels overboosted and artificial for something that claims to share DNA with cars we remember as fondly as the RSX Type S. The brake pedal also lacks bite, and stopping distance from 70 miles per hour was a below average 180 feet. On our second of 3 stops from 100 miles per hour, we got a warning that the brakes were overheating. And we could also feel the fade. The MDX also has an extremely low top speed for anything wearing a performance badge, maxing out at just 111 miles per hour, which is 1 mile per hour lower than the base MDX. Maybe we're placing too much importance on the name. Because the MDX is one of the few Acura models that has remained sporty relative to its competition over the years, it has less ground to make up than the TLX Type S does within the sports sedan segment. The MDX Type S has an appropriate mix of refinement and driving verve when measured against the BMW, Audi, and Genesis SUVs it's aiming for. And if luxury SUV customers can be persuaded to shell out more than $70,000 for an Acura, they'll find that the MDX Type S has the features, the power, and the luxury quotient to live up to that price.